This problem is talking about the antifreeze in a car radiator. So it says the cooling system of a car has a capacity of 15 liters. That's telling us the total amount that we're going to have in this at the end. If the system is currently filled with a mixture that's 40% antifreeze, how much of this mixture should be drained and replaced with pure antifreeze so the system is filled with a solution that is 50% antifreeze? Well, I went ahead and I've started creating a table here. But after thinking about the way that the problem is set up, they're talking about starting out with a radiator, draining some of it out. So now I'm actually starting with a certain amount of antifreeze. And then we're going to pour in pure antifreeze to end up filling up our radiator. So we're going to have an existing amount once we have drained it, add in more to end up with a total. From the problem up here, it says that our total amount of antifreeze has to be 15 liters. And it doesn't say anything else about how much we have to add in or how much we have to technically start with. So let's let the existing amount be x, and then we're going to add in 15 minus x to make a total of 15 liters in the radiator. We're starting out with a 40% antifreeze mix. So that makes our initial percentage 40%. And then we're going to add in pure antifreeze. Well, pure antifreeze is 100%, so that would be 1.00 as a decimal. We want to end up with a solution that's 50%, which would be 0.50. Remember, we always work with decimals, but we talk about percents. Now, just like in the other problems that we've done, once we have our first two columns identified, the third column comes from multiplying the first two. And I also want to say a note here. My column headings of amount, percent, and end result, those can be really anything you want to. It just I have to create column headings that make sense to me. Like whenever we did the almond and the peanut one, we did weight and money and then total amount. You have to think about these as, always you're going to start with a quantity, whether it's a weight or a number of liters or whatever. And then you're either going to have money or percent or something like that. And if you multiply those together, you end up with your total. So I just chose these words. If you chose something else, if you wrote quantity here, that would be okay also. Something to let you know that this represents a quantity or an amount of initial stuff. But our last column always comes from multiplying the first two. So I'm going to write that out as that multiplication. And then always, just like before, our last column here is going to tell us our equation in these mixture problems, because we're going to be mixing the first two to end up with the third. So now our equation looks like 0.4x, I'm going to drop the 0 because we don't need it, plus, and if I distribute the 1, it doesn't change that. So that's going to be 15 minus x will equal 0.5 times 15 is 7.5. Now when I combine like terms, 0.4 minus 1x is going to be negative 0.6x plus 15 equals 7.5. And then subtracting 15 from both sides to get negative 0.6x equals negative 7.5. And then dividing both sides by negative 0.6, we get x equals 12.5. Now 12.5 is x, so that is the existing amount that we're going to start with in the radiator, which leaves us with 2.5 liters that we have to add in to create 15 liters total in that radiator. Now our question asks us how much of this mixture should be drained and replaced with pure antifreeze. That's asking how much are we adding in. So our answer here is actually 2.5 liters.